Hello, Shadowcat back with more Rogue Trader. And last time we were here, we made a mess. As you can plainly see here with all the bodies and everything. No, we made it to the bridge after finding out the captain was dead. And we made it here just in time for literally everything to go wrong. So the Master Whispers is still working on his mutiny. He just did some kind of ritual in here. And when the other heir, Edelthred or whatever his name was, decided he was going to stop the Master Whispers, apparently he walked into a trap and turned into a giant chaos demon. You know, as you do. So we had to fight that thing. We came out worse for wear. Specifically,
Let's not waste
I
time
did.
with pleasantries.
I'm hurt. I've got broken ribs and a crippled arm. And our resident psyker is not much better with a broken rib and crippled leg. Supposedly we can fix that on the bridge, but we have to get to the bridge first. So, let's do that. Also,
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
is there anything hidden around here? I don't see anything. Okay, then let's go.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
A noble deed. Let the crew offer prayers for the hero who renounced his impure life in the name of humanity.
I mean, sure, yes, let's do that. But I don't think there's anything really left to honor.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
I don't think there's anything left of him.
Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal. Living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
Okay, well, we need to get out of the warp. We need to reestablish contact with the navigator and get out. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
Ritual? What am I doing?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report. Oh, blast it all to the void. Translation is a craft, not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, mistress. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. And please hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
Alright, I'm going. Huh. It's Theodora. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents, invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
Yeah, I'm doing what I have to. Do your worst. But you can't stop me from doing this.
Lead them, mortal. Guide them. Persuade them. Force them to walk your path. You will need followers, for destiny is preordained.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Resurrection? Is he dead? Did we kill him? Did I miss that?
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox Signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady. It is because of her toils that we all still live.
The deed is done, mistress. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of her resolve, saved those who were counting on her for protection.
Okay, well, I mean, that was a lot to take in. So now I gotta worry about cargo management? Wonderful, we'll get to that eventually. Adelbert's here, though. Deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Adelbert's face, although the old officer's eyes are keen. They rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, and then nods to himself. Well then, your ladyship. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts had to be filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfilled entirely. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over their leaderless crews. Alright, I mean, how is it we lost so very many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising given their informant on the board was our own Master of Whispers. Okay, well, in that case, what's on the agenda? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses. Your ladyship, take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. You misspoke, surely. I am the Lady Captain. Am I not? There is no mistake, your ladyship. Lady Theodora before you was also the Lord Captain. Do not take your title literally. Think of it as a sacred rank that remains unchanging no matter who bears the warrant. You have been chosen by the Emperor to carry the honorable burden of the rogue trader. High Gothic, whence this title originates, it is highly formal language, so a certain level of inflexibility is to be expected. Okay, so I guess he's not dead. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voigtiver, the mutineer? No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I'm afraid it will be some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. Okay, there isn't altogether... Well, let's see. Actually, I'm good with being the rogue trader, so I'm not going to say that. I'm ready for the briefing. Summon the officers. With a gesture, he relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. Oh, wow, I do have people. Oh, cool, my actual throne does turn around. Swivel chairs are amazing. A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers! You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Shadowcat von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Alright, let's do this then. Perhaps you would introduce those present? As you wish, your ladyship. Vigdis Suri Auta of the Ptoleman line, our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve your ladyship. Aboard the vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Ravor, Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good a home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factorum, Yanris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. It is an honor, your ladyship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crews work to prevent and extinguish fires on board the ship. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The 3 officers salute me. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drives Master offers a salute resembling a dance involving complicated manipulation of all of his Tech Priest mechadendrites. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I serve it to a pleasure, Lord Captain. Okay. I do so love the Mechanicus. Drives Master, I will hear from you. Zira Toller says, a voice distorted by a Vox retranslator emerges from under the Scarlet Hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon the noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge was unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engiseer Prime, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests aboard, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard who is experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. Okay, well, we'll get you one when we can. Okay, at least the engine is working. How about the Infernus Masters? Is the ship safe? This is Einrich Montag. Yes, Lord Captain. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factorum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master to his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Very well. High Factorum, what do you have to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your ladyship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We've lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet. However, the planet system, in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We simply cannot begin recruiting on that planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first, and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled gangs he usually installs as governors on his planets. Okay, in that case, Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives a gloomy look. No. My job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead. And now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to Void knows where. Silence! Enforcers! Seize this mutineer. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your ladyship, I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, should I say. Besides find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. I'm sure that, law says that he is to be executed, but we're in trouble here. Experienced Masters of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason he may remain in post. However, I leave his punishment to your discretion, Seneschal. 20 lashes a month for the next 6 months. Deprivation of officers' rations and privileges for the same period, with the option to extend. Record that in his file. He stares unblinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgraced yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose, his face a picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of his fate he so narrowly escaped. Enough of that, though. Master Helmsman, status report. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, without our Engineer Prime and Navigator, who fell in battle. We've no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Your ladyship, if you will allow me to interject. When we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all available communications channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Noblite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, else he'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use the new residents. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as Prometheum supplies last. And if any thick as grok shit lowlifes come sniffing around, you'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry on that score. Very well. To summarize, we've sustained serious losses in crew members and require a new Engineer Prime and Navigator. Is this all that's preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these immediate problems. Okay. In that case, what can you tell me about the current system we find ourselves? I cede to the Master, or the Vox Master on this point. Ptolemy? We are in the Racket star system. Our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your ladyship's predecessor. These are 3 inhabited bodies in the system. Our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer. It seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a signal or distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system. and Rykab Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station to find out what in the void is going on. Very well. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. Your ladyship, there is one other thing. A confidential matter that requires your utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to the system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything? And I shall tell you. The Lord High Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor and the chief architect of his will in the Coronus Expanse. I did come across a handwritten letter on the desk that was signed XC. Are you referring to the contents of this note? Yes, quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was sent out in the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Hendrix von Kalox. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in this system, and we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either in the Navis Nobilite or the governor of Rykab Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your ladyship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of Von Valancius' protectorate. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Sister of Battle grimly nods toward Idira. The Psyker is suffering some sort of ailment, or dark madness. She insists on seeing the rogue trader. I judge that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. I was hoping to approach you as well with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak to me when we have time, rogue trader. Idira's eyes are glazed, and they rove over those assembled. One word bursts from her lips. Daybreak. And what am I supposed to do this? Idira, what are you on about? Damn it! Your ladyship, here's the thing. I was trying to see into the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it is dawn. It's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Tlass? No. Not yet, anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense something, I'll report it, all right? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. Okay, well, if there's nothing else to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It's time to get to work. Okay, and just like that, I am free again. So, if I take a quick peek around here with the X-ray, there's a lot of people around here. Bridge officer, bridge officer, bridge officer, bridge officer. Argenta, you did want to talk to me.
Rogue trader.
Okay, you said you have a personal request for me?
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans?
I'm sorry, but what exactly good is this going to do?
These children are the future of your crew, and one day, they too will have to stand against evil and heresy as their parents did. By meeting them, by speaking the right words to them, you will honor the memory of the fallen heroes and light the way to heroes in the making. They will always remember the day they met the Rogue Trader. Besides, it will bolster the orphans' spirits, help them recover from their loss, which can be hard for someone so young.
Huh, well, there is a softer side to you. Okay, well, I mean, we're busy, but it's not like we're going anywhere. I'll meet with them. It's the least I can do.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
Oh, I guess we're going there right now. Okay. A motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off of you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. There's hardly the scholar progenum in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Brave ones, the master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the Rogue Trader of House Von Valancius. We do notice that Infernus Master Einrich Montag, standing a few paces away from the orphans, he watches with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Let's see. Well, I mean, I am kind of curious as to why he's here. Infernus Master, why are you here? Your ladyship, I'm just looking out for them. It is the Infernus way to help folks in trouble. It's our job, after all. So we chip in rations here and there to make sure nobody gives them a hard time. We take the older ones into the clan's care if they want. Many in the guild are not our family by blood, but by circumstance. Okay. I could give them a grand address, but I'm not sure that it would really be appreciated. Instead, I'm simply going to say they're very brave. The teenager keeps staring. A girl has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end seem sullen and not particularly impressed. One of the scowling visitors, with a thin scar across his face, tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in the dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flash in her dark eyes like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. So what can we do? We're not going to punish him. That doesn't seem to like it's going to do anything. I could dump them on Infernus. However, I don't think that there's any reason to do that yet. Instead, I think we're going to take a different approach. Let's follow this. I want to hear this. If you have something to say, say it. The boy smiles grimly. Doesn't matter what we say. Won't bring our parents back. Won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop or die like our folks. Or worse. So what do we want to tell him? We want to tell them. I could say that their parents died, and that they died honorably. I could tell them that when the heretics killed their parents, I was there. It does seem a little bit more like, you know, patting myself on the back. However, at least letting them know that I was there and I fought might be the best way to go about it. And Argenta says, "You heard the rogue trader. Her words carry the wisdom of the Imperium." It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. He then catches himself and gives an awkward bow. Ablar gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. It is what he's there for. Argentus rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. Well, I assume that means that we've done a satisfactory job. I mean, with, 12,000 or so people on board the ship, it's impossible to handle all of them. Okay. And now that we're back on the bridge, it's a question of what do we do next. Let's take a look around. The Voxmaster is here. The bridge technomat. Abelard is there. There's a map. We'll probably need that map. I wonder, where did Adira get off to? There's my master helmsman. There's Argenta. Anybody down here? No? Okay, well, I guess I'll go talk to him.
Lord Captain?
Okay. If we're gonna do this, let's do this. Let's talk about the things that may be useful to me as a rogue trader.
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Okay, we already know what the situation here is. Who do I need to be aware of in this area?
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Kalagos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them. If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbalaka Mission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall, and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining Ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces, and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
Noted. Also, about our previous Master of Whispers, I'm going to go ahead and assume that he's not here anymore. What do we do?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
I guess we'll find out.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
All right.
Lord Captain.
So we're not getting anything from there. Bridge Technomat. That goes up to my quarters. Void's Men at Arms. What's back here? Take a quick look around. Another Bridge Technomat. You know, I kind of thought that Adira was going to be up here somewhere. Can't go up any further than that. And that's me. Down here somewhere? Nope. Plasma conduits. I'm not seeing her. Is it somewhere over here? Bridge technician. But no, there's nothing here. I have no idea where she got off to. I talked to Argenta. I talked to my Seneschal. I don't know. Okay, well, there's only so much that I can do anyway. Because I really thought that I'd be able to see things from up here, but I guess not. Alright, well, then here's what we're going to do. We're over time anyway. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we're going to hit up that map that we saw back there. Somewhere in this system, there is something for us to be doing. There is somebody out there for us to shoot. So we will get a start on that and start prepping the ship to get out of here and do things, whatever those happen to be. So, if you want to see what happens then, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, that way you get notified every time these videos come out. If you know somebody else who's also into Warhammer 40k or RPGs in general, then share this video with them. But if you just like me, you like what I'm doing, then leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below. I'll see you next time for more Rogue Trader. And until then, take care.